An unbelievable, beautiful 1,400-hectare private island in the middle of the Mediterranean. We swam to the island. We went on a hike, barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just captivated.
Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump apparently discovered an island in Albania. An island people have defended, sang songs about, and possessed for millennia. They are not the main story, but they may be the names that finally made the world look at Albania. They are the hook, the headline, the international entry point into something much darker. A country where land is being robbed from people, handed to the powerful, and transformed into mega projects that launder money, concentrate wealth, and push ordinary Albanians out of their own future. When the fence went up in Zvernitz, people understood immediately that this was not just about one resort, one village, or one foreign investor. It was the system showing its face. For years, Albanians have been living with a quiet violence. Families have farmed land, inherited land, built homes on land, defended land, and passed it down as their own. But when that land becomes valuable, suddenly the state discovers a problem. The documents are incomplete. The borders are unclear. The title is unresolved. The family must wait. And while they wait, the land is fenced. While they wait, the bulldozers arrive. This is not chaos. It is a method. Albania's broken property system has kept ordinary citizens trapped in uncertainty for 30 years. But that uncertainty is not a failure anymore. It has become a tool. It allows the powerful to move through the cracks of the law while everyone else is stuck inside them. It allows land to remain legally unresolved until the moment it becomes profitable. Then, suddenly, the state moves fast. Not for the people, for the project. This is how robbery is made to look administrative. Nobody has to say, "We are taking your land." They only have to say, "Your claim is complicated. Your documents are not final." This is a strategic investment. And with those words, a family's history can be erased. Then comes the second act, the laundering. Stolen or disputed land is turned into concrete. Concrete becomes luxury villas, towers, hotels, and resorts. Those assets become clean money, political power, and social prestige. The project is wrapped in the language of tourism, jobs, and European development. The public is shown glossy renderings, blue water, white stone, glass balconies, promises of prosperity. But behind the image is a brutal question. Who had to be dispossessed for this to happen? The government calls it development. But development for whom? For the families losing their land? For the villages losing their water? For the young people priced out of housing? For the people leaving the country because the Albania has no place for them? This is not development. This is extraction. The Albanian economy has become dangerously dependent on construction and real estate. The machine needs constant feeding. More land, more permits, more towers, more resorts, more roads into more untouched places. And because so much money, credit, politics, and power now depend on this machine, the government cannot easily slow it down. So it keeps looking for new territory to consume. And where is the most valuable land left? On the coast, near lagoons, in villages, in protected areas, in places where ownership is disputed, poorly registered, or deliberately unresolved. In places where ordinary people have rights, but not enough power to defend them. That is why this moment is so urgent. Albania is moving closer to the European Union. In theory, that should mean stronger property rights, cleaner institutions. But for those who profit from ambiguity, that future is a threat. If the rules become clearer, if titles become harder to manipulate, if protected areas become harder to destroy, the old way of doing business becomes harder. So the rush is on. Approve now, fence now, build now, create facts on the ground before the law catches up. Once construction begins, the balance of power changes. The dispute is no longer about land that people have used and defended for decades. It becomes a dispute about a project already backed by the state, by investors, by contracts, by promises of jobs, by the language of national interest. The citizen becomes the obstacle. The investor becomes the future. This is the lie Albanians are being asked to accept, that the country must be sold in order to be modernized. But a country cannot be modernized by robbing its people. It cannot become European by destroying the very rights Europe is supposed to protect. It cannot build prosperity by turning public wealth into private empires. And it cannot stop emigration while pushing its own citizens out of the economy, out of their homes, and out of the land that ties them to the country. The anger now spreading across Albania did not appear overnight. It has been building for years. In villages where people were promised titles and received police. In communities where water was redirected toward luxury developments. In coastal areas where inherited land was swallowed by documents, offices, and political connections. In protected landscapes quietly weakened so that concrete could enter. These are not separate scandals. They are one model. A model where the state delays justice for citizens but accelerates permits for investors. A model where unclear property rights are not fixed but exploited. A model where mega projects launder dirty money and stolen land into respectable wealth. A model where a small class gets richer while everyone else is told to be patient, grateful, or silent. That is why these protests matter. They are not anti-investment, they are anti-robbery. They are against dispossession. They are not against Albania becoming European. They are against Albania being sold before its people are protected. Kushner and Ivanka may have brought international attention, but Albanians are not in the streets because of celebrity names. They are in the streets because they recognize the pattern. They know that once the land is gone, it does not come back. Once the coast is privatized, it does not reopen. Once the water is diverted, the village dries. Once the tower rises, the crime beneath it disappears into the skyline. This is the line now. Albania is not empty land. Its coast is not a cash register. Its villages are not obstacles. Its people are not disposable. And if this machine is not stopped now, there may soon be nothing left to defend.